Hey guys, just want to let you know about the new website, Aspect of the Hunter. If you want to find the latest pet, transmog, or anything else WoW related, head on over to Aspect of the Hunter. It's the home for all us hunters. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Breaking 2K. This is a few games of my push to 2K. Obviously, you know, I haven't had much time this season, but hey, there's always a way to get to where you need to be as long as you've put the time in when you can. Okay, so in this, I'm going to show you tips and tricks that I use that will hopefully help your gameplay and help you push up the ladder before the season ends on the 13th. The first lesson we're going to talk about is right here. Watch. So what happened there? Missed a trap. Now, okay, it's at the start of the match, nothing too serious. I didn't have anything really cooking up or anything like that, so okay, we can live with that. So what do we do now? I've missed a trap. It's just sitting over there on the ramp. Alright, here was a moment that I said to my healer, look, if you're getting trained, go to my trap, okay? Okay, fair enough it hit his gargoyle, but it's something. We utilize the trap. Don't let it just fade off into nothing. If, for example, it's a warrior, make sure that you utilize that trap. Get your healer to jump on it and save it. Okay, so the second one there I use, as I've shown you before, is to drop trap. It's a lot easier to get them off guard if you have a trap ready to go and leap onto the healer, drop a trap. Now, what I want to show you here was we're up against an unholy DK monk. What was happening is we were having a hard time getting down this DK. So I said to the healer, I'm going to go switch to the monk. Now, as BM hunters, we can destroy monks pretty fast because our pets are always on them. Okay, now obviously if you're a skilled monk, you'll be able to counter it. But in the long run, us as BM hunters can whittle these down pretty fast. Now, as you see there, I was getting a little bit trigger happy with my trap, but I said to the healer, root, if you can stun or root the target, or root the healer, I'll be able to drop a trap. So didn't really get the chance to, so I didn't do it. But what we did, so I said, look, I'm going to switch to the healer now. And the reason being is because we're getting nowhere with the DK. It's important if you're stagnating in a match to know, all right, I'm going to try something different. Because if you keep going and it's not working, damping is going to kick in, and basically you're going to get killed. Especially with unholy DKs, as powerful as they are right now, it's insane. All right, so this was the plan. I said, all right, stick with me, and I will CC the DK as much as I can, and we'll just pummel the healer. And that's what we did, and it worked out in our favor. We ended up winning the match, and it was GG's. Alrighty, now, next match we have Warrior, Mistweaver. Okay, so what we are looking at doing here is CCing the Mistweaver as much as we can, then pummeling the Warrior. Now, the Warriors can chomp through a Resto Druid pretty fast. Now, the Resto has to be on point. Lucky, I know my healer well, and I know that he can keep himself alive, which takes some of the pressure off me having to peel constantly. Now, I want you guys to make sure that you have focus macros set. What I like to do is I'll always have a focus kick, so I'll have my kick on one bind and then a focus kick on another bind, which I'll go through my key bindings in another episode, right? Once again, we were pummeling into the Warrior pretty good, but it wasn't working out. Now, one thing I want to talk about real quickly is positioning, okay? What's happening here is I'm getting close to the DPS. That's fine because he's not focusing me. Now, you don't want to get too close, especially with a warrior, because he can do a mass fear, and that's not what you want, okay? Well, if I'm closer to my healer, I'm able to peel a lot easier without having to get a cross map to try and, you know, help out. It's only when the DPS is like pummeling you, is when you want to get some distance from your healer to stop from like a quick storm bolt or anything like that that'll potentially lose the game for you. I'm trying to stick with my healer so that way I can drop, you know, tar traps, concussive shots, anything I can do just so we can get out of range. Even a freezing trap off. That just make sure before you do that you don't have spell reflector. Okay, otherwise that can be very embarrassing. So once again, wasn't working. We switched to the healer, and as you can see, you put a lot of pressure into the healer once you do your burst. Now let's talk about that real quick. I like to take Intimidation in 2s. Okay, Intimidation is great for that lockdown on the healer or your kill target, whereas Binding Shot's only okay if you've got, say, a BM Hunter or a DK that has a lot of minions, and that's great for your mass stun. What you will find is, say you're tunneling a target, you want to get your kill target. What you can do with Intimidation, is why I like it so much, is when they line their healer or line their partner, you can actually stun them. You've got control of where you stun, and it's because it's from your pet. Now, what I like to do is when I'm going for a target, I sit on them. I know that we're a range class, but obviously, as you just saw there, the healer's panicked and ran through the eye, and while the eye is on him, I hit the stun, but obviously the warrior knew what was happening and peeled for him. But as you can see, the quick turn of events, because now his healer's dying, and look at my healer, just free casting in the middle, no worries at all. But this is the power of a BM. Right here, I just want to show you something. See how it says no path available? That was annoying. I could have had to kill then, but my pets, it just couldn't get up the stairs. It was on some sort of glitch or some crap like that. But yeah. But as you can see, the turn of events, once you and your teammate align, all right, this is what we're doing, bam, you'll force the other team to play into your hands. Okay, so it just comes down to communication and teamwork, in a sense that, all right, I'm going to be here if you're going to be there. Let's set up a kill and go for it. Okay, so talent choices. What do I normally take? So, for example, we've got a Pally and a Resto Druid. All right. Now, obviously, a Pally, I want to take the crit strike reduction. Okay, from melee. I'm going to take my critical strike sting reduction. Critical strike reduction. Okay, think Scorpion Sting. I'm also taking blink strikes here. Now, you can take Bestial Fury, but I take blink strikes. In the way that a druid will play is they'll try and root your pets, okay? You want to be able to close that gap as much as you possibly can. And it's also real good to get druids out of stealth at the start of a match, because if you send your pets in early, what they'll do is they'll be able to blink like across the map and stop them from getting into stealth, like a mage or anything like that. So the important thing is here, right? Now, once again, that kick macro, you have to be careful. This is important because a Resto Druid going in and out of stealth will drop focus. So remember that, okay? It's important because especially if you've gone ahead and you've done your focus kick macro, awesome. But the Druid's gone in Viz. You've dropped your focus, and if you're not paying attention, big trouble. Especially like right now, I couldn't kick a clone, things like that. With a Pally against a BM Hunter, they're very squishy. Like, they're super squishy. It's up to you, as far as positioning goes, to be away from them as much as possible. Now, yes, they do have Blessing of Freedom, things like that, but you work with your healer to say, all right, save Bash for when you have Freedom or when you have Burst and stuff, and then you'll be able to sort of like connect your bursts and stuff without losing a whole bunch of damage into a clone or things like that. Now, as you see here, we've got them bunched up. That's what we wanted. We wanted them to stay close while we forced Bubble. Now that we've got Bubble out, we can then sort of kick back, play a bit more defensive until my burst comes back around. So as you can see, I've got 35 seconds left on my Blood Fury and Aspect, but I've still got a little bit longer on my Bestial Wrath, Crows, and Titan's Thunder. That's okay. So what we're doing now is we just need to make sure that we can stay alive until my CDs come back up, okay? Now, they usually line up with a Pally's one, but, you know, it's all about combat awareness. So for example, here, we've got the Druid over there, free casting, and we're really trying to get the pally down. I have no burst yet. It's coming back up, so there was no point really CCing the healer for nothing to follow up. Now, here's the problem. I've just used up my main burst. As you can see, I've used Aspect and Blood Fury to sit in a clone. But I've still got a backup with Titan's Thunder and Crows, right? So that's what I was waiting on. Now he's got burst. Obviously, he's got his bop up, but it's in my best interest now to help my healer just get away, okay? Because the longer he sits in bear, no healing's coming on to me. So I told him to get as far away from the other Druid as possible so that I can help. So I had to go and then turn the tables around, pop everything just to get that last minute, I'm going to kill you, which is another way to help your healer out. And as you can see, I almost died in the process. When it comes to that, it's important that you don't panic, right? One of the big thing is don't panic, because if you panic, you'll lose sight of what's actually going to happen in the match. Right now, as you can see, I've lost my focus. Okay, I've lost my focus because the Druid shadow melded, and obviously I can't kick, and I'm going, why can't I kick? This was one of the things that I screwed up because I wasn't paying attention. So there, obviously now I've reset my focus and was able to kick that clone, even though it wasn't really worth it. But hey, we're coming back into burst. You get the idea. Just don't lose your focus. All right. So, like I said, with a pally, they're very squishy. It's just up to the healer control. If you've got good CC on the healer, then hey, the game will flow into your hands. Okay, so now the tables have turned, right? We've got a Holy Pally with a Feral Druid. Okay, so with this one, I normally would take Wild Protector, just with the extra damage reduction, which is getting nerfed next patch, so remember that. The reason why is because I want to reduce as much damage as I can from the bleeds. Now, with a Feral, all they want to do is bleed everything around, okay? So it's important at the opener, if you're up against stealths, I always drop a flare on one side and drop a trap, my tar trap, on the other side. Okay, so what that'll do is hopefully funnel them around into my trap. Obviously, in this instance, must have either missed the trap or he went around the other side. So the point I'm trying to make here is nobody is going to run into a flare. Like, that's like even low rating, they know that. Okay, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to say, all right, I'm not going to want you to go that way, come around the other side. I've got a trap there, in the hopes that they're going to run through that, because it will pull them out of stealth. All right, so that's big. Now, here's what I want to show you here. Pally wings, okay, so their melee wings is their big heal, massive heal. It's had a buff over the past few patches where now it ignores LOS and everything like that. So the big important thing is when you see a Pally coming at you with melee wings, just trap them. Okay, so LOS them like I do here, drop a trap, and then just move on, because once their wings are down, they're cactus, okay? You can swap to them if you so wish, but I will always sort of like focus the DPS down, because against with the BM and a Resto together, if you're on point with your traps and all that, you're good to go. So my second burst here, I've got Titan's Thunder, Crows, and Bestial Wraths coming up. That's my what I call mini burst. Now what we want to do is we want to line up a CC as quick as we can, which I think, yeah, he got a clone off, and then I was about to go in for another trap, but he said wait to do it. So right now, okay, it's important. Want to show you there is when you see the clone just about to finish, that's when you want to drop the trap, okay? Because within that 1 second, it's just a human, I'm not going to call it human error, but the human response isn't as fast as a computer, okay? So what you want to do is get yourself an add-on if you're having trouble with that, to watch the cooldown of the clone, so that way you can time your trap. Be careful though that it does, so like that right above its head, it's just about to finish, that's when I would trap right now. Okay? These are important things to work with your healer, because look what's happened. We've locked out that healer so hard that he can't keep up, because I kicked his heal at the end, bashed, killed. Okay, so just as CCs go, communicate. Big, 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 big thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this one is I want to just let it play out. Okay, I'm not going to really talk much about this because I want you to guys to just sort of watch, and having the knowledge that you have now, okay, pick up things that you said, oh, like, you know, from what you've said already, you should have done this, or why didn't you do that? I'm always willing to take constructive criticism. That's the way you get better, you know. I'm not willing to say that, you know, I'm the best, because I'm not, right? But I'm willing to learn. Okay, so if you're watching someone else's gameplay and you can pick up little intricacies that they've done wrong, that means you are aware of them yourself, and that's huge. Okay, that's huge for progress. One thing you've got to remember with a monk, I'm just going to tell you this: if you want to trap, if you want to CC a monk, it's one of the plays that I like to do is find out where they put their teleport and leave a trap on that. Don't try and trace, unless obviously right now I could trap the monk, but if the monk is teleporting around everywhere, try and drop a trap on the teleport and then chase the monk, or if you know what I mean, like sort of come towards the monk. It'll make him or her teleport, because especially like what I'm going to be doing now is, once again, we're having trouble with the warrior. I end up going, all right, screw it, I'm going to go and CC the warrior and switch to the monk, and once again it was easy to burn him down. So what I want you to take away from that, if you're having troubles with a monk and you really want to CC the monk and kill the DPS, remember what they can and can't do. Okay, one, they can teleport, so use that to your advantage by dropping a trap. It looks so cool when I jumped in there. It looks like such a heroic pose. Utilize that to your advantage. Find out where they've dropped their teleport, trap that. Secondly, having the intimidation spell, the talent, is great for against a monk. Okay, once they've got no trinket, you stun them for 4 seconds mixed with your burst, but make sure you've got them in line of sight to be able to go kill command and cobra shot. With a warrior, be careful, because what they'll do is they'll run spell reflect for the pure reasons to be able to spell reflect a clone or a trap. One thing to do is get your healer, if it's a druid, to root a warrior, because if you look in this game, especially look right now, he's rooted for 6 seconds. The monk, what you want to do is you want the monk to dispel the roots, because then what you'll do is you'll be able to drop a trap freely without it being dispelled. So right here, I knew that was going to happen, but I still trapped. So he charged and spell reflected because he knew that I was trapping him earlier, which is a good move for him. Okay. Another thing, just quickly, is make sure you take blink strikes if you're going to go and kill a monk. Okay, blink strikes will be able to keep up with monks so easy. But yeah, so watch out for spell reflect. Get your healer to use, if it's say, like I said, a resto, to use entangling roots, because if he reflects a root, who cares? But what it will do is it'll, one, get rid of, let you know that there's a spell reflect up. Two, use the healer's dispel, because then I can drop a trap right there and keep him locked out. And yeah, combat awareness, keep it all together, and yeah, don't panic. That's a huge thing. Just don't panic, keep calm, and keep killing. Other than that, guys, I don't know if there's too much I can really go on about without sort of going over what I've already been saying. If you found this helpful and you want more of these things, if you want me to do like live commentaries of gameplay, things like that, let me know. Next season, I will hopefully be able to push, like, say, 2,500, something like that. I don't know, depending on real life and all that stuff. But yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed and you want more of this, let me know down below. And until next time, guys, you keep on sniping, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, all.